Okay, wait a second. I screwed up. So the first part wasn't on record.
Well,
Okay.
that's probably good because I said some things I probably shouldn't have.
No, so now I figured it out and we are recording.
Good. Okay, good. Thank you for telling us that. Okay, so the four of us, Shirley and I, and this wetlands, Deb Jones, and Dave Franco will meet at the site to find an approved place, and we'll get that settled. What about the money?
Okay, I'll talk to John Burke because John said that he wanted to appoint somebody that was going to take care of that for us. So I will tell him that we now need to move forward on the appropriation of the money. And I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
And that is from ARPA funds?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Because we had a particular thing we were going to use it for, they were able to carry it over to this year. It was supposed to be that they ended last year, but because we had the project of either a statue or a mural, they carried the money over. So the money is there, and I will find out who he wants us to work with, or he may just do it for us. I don't know, but I'll try, and we'll get the money.
Okay, good.
But what he's going to need is I think, Shirley, you put together the costs for the statue.
She made an info sheet.
Okay.
$4,500 plus shipping is $350.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah.
So he's going to need that information, where we're getting it from, what it's costing, what's the shipping, etc. And then they'll put that through for us.
Who do we give this to? This info sheet that Shirley has put together.
Shirley, didn't you take one to the town hall?
Did you get the packet I sent to you?
No, unfortunately, it hasn't come. It's snail mail down here.
Okay. I gave I mailed a packet to you, gave a packet to Mark Berry, and I gave a packet to, what's her name? Lisa Hilton at the town hall, and to Dave Franco, because he's the president of the Little League, with the information, because there was so much confusion. And
thank you, Shirley. That's you can't do a better job.
Well, if you took it to the town hall, then John will have it, because that's his secretary, Lisa. So I will talk with him tomorrow and get back to you on what steps have to be made if we haven't already covered it. But we're not having to use our own funds, which is great, because then we can still keep working on something with Bruce, maybe a mural, maybe whatever that other thing was you told me about, but we have the money still.
Okay, good.
Yeah, originally the money was going to be used for lease of 5 sculptures, but you know where that's going. So if we can use it for something else, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that.
All right, so we jumped around a bit. The first thing was spring plans for the town hall annex.
Missy?
Yes.
Can I just interrupt you? I'm just trying to, I'm trying to do the minutes. Can we get the approval of the minutes?
Approval of last month's minutes.
Yeah.
I'll move
Who's gonna say they? Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Okay. So we have approval. Okay.
Thank you.
Communications, we're kind of jumped the gun on that.
Well, your list is there, so.
Okay.
Go forward.
Okay, the first one is spring plans for the town hall annex. So Mark Berry knows that we're planning to do something there. I think everyone knows we're planning to do something. We just don't have a specific plan, and I'm not sure we actually need one. There's an empty space there. We need to have some flowering bushes, big bushes that can be seen from the road, and maybe a couple of smaller things in front of it. So that can be, we can quickly devise a plan. We don't know how much money we have to allocate to that. That would be one thing I need to know.
I think, Missy, in that information you got, there should be a thing in there from Cindy as to our funds. Because she used to go over it periodically.
I don't have any of her paperwork, nothing from her.
Did you get the bag from Lisa at the town hall?
No, nothing.
Did you go and ask her for it?
I didn't know I was supposed to. I thought,
Okay, my error then.
okay,
I believe there is a bag there with all of Cindy's information. And I
Okay.
believe she took it to Lisa. And I'm sure if you asked her, she'd be very happy to give it to you because she has no reason to have it. And in there is Cindy's calculations that she kept for the funds that we have.
okay. All
And
right.
those funds are not so difficult because when we just have pricing for the plants and et cetera, we can make arrangements to get a check drawn from the, well, I'm not sure. Lisa would probably know which department we have to go to to actually get the check.
Okay. All right. Shirley, do you know of any plans or any plans we had for that area?
No,
Yeah. I know we put down cardboard to keep the
there weren't plans drawn up, like there were no plans.
no
drawn
plans.
up.
We don't really need one. It's a very small space. We just need some flowering bushes.
Well, you actually do have to have a plan because when you go to purchase plants, you have to list how many you need and how much they cost, and that's how you purchase them. So you
Right.
have to have a
I
plan.
understand that, but there's nothing specific yet as to what type of plant we need. I need to measure the area again. We need to measure the area in order to really get started. Okay,
Yeah, I can tell you this right now, all the cardboard's gone.
it's disintegrated, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all gone, yep. And we only did a third of that area, so there's 2/3 left to do. There's actually a pretty big space there to fill. And it's loaded with weeds.
Okay.
Mugwort.
Mugwort.
Mugwort, our favorite word, mugwort, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where you have to take it out before you begin planting. You can't just hope cardboard will solve the problem. It's a very aggressive weed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I told you in my herb society, they mentioned that it was a hallucinogenic. That maybe we can make some money here.
Okay.
Well, anyway, we're gonna get rid of it. We have to get rid of it. Maybe we need a backhoe. We need something really aggressive to scoop out the top layer.
There's
Because-
wires running all through there. You can't use a backhoe. It's definitely got to be done by hand. There's right, Jim? There's like surface wires in there between all the lights, so.
Yeah, it's there,
ugly.
it was, and that's what we just have to put on the docket, whether this meeting or next meeting, when a planning party is. And we can put it out there and let the community maybe give us a hand.
Mhm.
I brought it up at the different planning meetings and all those people in the economic development, and I got quite a bit of unofficial commitments that we might be able to get quite a few the salary town employees willing to give up a Saturday to help us out.
Wonderful.
But we need to get the plan together. We just need to pick a date, and I can start collecting Amazon boxes that I get way too many at my house.
Are you thinking early May, or are you thinking earlier than that?
What it should maybe planning season?
I would wait till definitely after April.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff, you know, it's gonna be very wet and,
Uh-huh.
I mean, Shirley probably knows a better time than I do, but I would think that might be premature. I mean, we've had snow in May before, early May, so. Shirley?
It all depends on when the ground is ready to be prepared. You have to take your hands in the ground and see if it sticks or if it falls apart.
So we're thinking mid-May probably then.
I would think at the earliest.
Okay, but in that, between now and then, we just need to come up with, like Shirley said, we need a plan on what plants to put there.
Okay, we need to measure the space. I don't know whether Cindy has any measurements or anything, maybe in her material. There's something about the you know, the measurements of it and, you know, kind of like what's there now.
Right. Well, I think once you get that bag and go through it, there's probably going to be quite a bit of information in there.
Okay,
But-
I will
but-
go pick that up.
I do have I kind of have a listing, just because I had pasted it on Facebook, that of the plants that are there now.
Okay,
The original ones that were planted, I've got the majority of the names of those.
Okay, that would be helpful, Sharon. That would be-
Yeah, 'cause that way we could kind of carry it along, so it looks
That's right.
like a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'd be great.
And I also have from the Treasury report on 8/1/24, not to skip ahead, but just to give you guys some idea. We had a remaining balance in our donation count of about $5,600. And approximately, let's see, and the town account, we had about 3477. So if nothing has been spent since August, that's about what we have now. I don't know what about NIPS money, but that's about what you have now, so.
Okay, good to know.
Give you an idea about how much money you have to play with.
Okay. I know I have a discount account with not Balix, but another Burdix out in what's the name of that big nursery?
Pride's Corner?
Pride's Corner is wholesale. The town does have an account. It is, the price is far better. It's wholesale only, and you have, and Cindy and I always purchase from there because the price is like 50% off of the retail price. It's a
Okay.
wholesale only.
Okay,
Great, great. Thank you, Shirley.
we'll go there.
Yeah.
All right, and then good. So we have the beginning of a plan for the town hall annex. How about the town hall? Let's talk about the town hall now. What,
I think our thing up there was figuring out a way to keep it watered. What had been put in.
what do those two trees look like to you, Shirley? Do they look like they're gonna make it, those two tall trees?
I don't know. I haven't looked at them. I haven't been to the town hall.
Okay. My aesthetically, I was trying to figure out why they would, why we chose, I don't know if we chose or the landscape designer chose trees that were burgundy color to put in front of the brick building. They don't show up at all when you drive by. You've got these two tall burgundy
But they're,
leaf trees that are in front of the brick building.
Pete Woods did that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
So-
he donated all the plants that are in there. I went down when he was working on it, and
He did?
yeah, and he talked about maybe doing some more this year. But maybe the thing would be to ask him what his
Okay.
thought was.
Yeah.
But he's been very generous, and
Yeah.
so if you could call him and do you know him, Mr. McDonald?
I talked to Pete about when we were talking about possible planners in front of businesses. So I
Yeah.
gave him a call, and he's frustrated about the lack of watering of that garden area in front. So he's still interested, and he's if, he says, if we need him to come in to talk what he had suggested about plannings, he'd be more than happy to attend a meeting.
That would be great. And also, if you talk to him, I'll take on the responsibility of watering them. I'm trying to lessen my load with some other things, so I could just keep a hose in my car and go down every week and make sure that they're okay. Because there's a spigot right on the corner of the building there.
Now, there's a building manager.
Right.
Can he not do anything like this? Can we not ask if he could do that? I'm not sure what his job responsibilities are, but it's obviously the building.
Well, we could ask him. I don't have any of my information down here. I apologize for that. So I did have his number and name,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be in the minutes somewhere, because we did talk about the fact that you went to him for when you were putting up the Christmas decorations.
Right, right.
So we could ask him if he thought it was something that, or maybe the better thing would be to do this. Who is his boss? Do you know who, Public Works or Parks and Rec, or?
No, we'd have to call and find out.
Yeah, because maybe what we should do is ask whomever he works under if we could talk to him about keeping them watered.
Yeah.
Why can't we get the town to take care of putting some water in there? I mean, it benefits the town and everybody else just to have that there.
Well, that's basically what we're saying, Bruce, because that guy works for the town and he's in charge of the exterior, I think, of the buildings.
Uh-huh.
So it would be a town employee that would be helping us with it.
Okay.
So who's going to do that?
Okay.
So who do you suggest will do that?
I can call Lisa and see who the person is over there. Wouldn't Lisa be the person to point us in the right direction?
Yeah, but they sent it to us. I'm trying to think when we were, you, not me. I'm sorry, I said we. When you were putting up the wreath, that was the man you talked to, didn't you, Missy?
That was the building manager, right?
Right. Well, that's who you need to talk with again.
So talk to him first, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I went into, I think it was the tax office, and that's where I found, that's how I contacted him, by going into
Okay.
one of the offices.
I'll take that responsibility next week.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving right along, the installation of the fish sculpture at Esker Point Beach. So I got some updates on that. Did you get anything, Leanne, that I don't know about? I got some information about the fish just because I've been with it since day one.
Well, let's see, I got an email talking about the fact that what it was going to be set on was going to be done, and that they still wanted their name to be hopefully the name that we would use for the fish, and they needed to know what we wanted to put on the plaque.
Yeah, and I have a picture of what they wanted to put on the plaque. And I had a couple of suggestions, changes to it. I'm sorry you can't see it, but I'll save it for you all, and I'll take a picture of it and send it to you in an email. But essentially, it's a plaque that has a fish on it, and the fish is talking, and it says, "Hi, my name is Groton's Gill." And I ran that by some people who've got kids, and they said, "What, Rotten's Gill?" So we don't use Rotten in the name of the fish. So we had called him Freddie the fish. We can also call him Gilly, which is a variation of Gill if they'd like. but Groton's Gill is not gonna be the name of the fish. It's too much for little kids.
I think Gilly would be great, simple, and, you know, I think even little kids know there's a gills on the fish.
Right, so I made that suggestion, and then they wrote a little bit, and it didn't quite ring as true as when I talked to some science teachers at the aquarium and stuff. So I changed the wording a little bit. I made some suggestions to Mark Berry. I didn't want to dominate what has to be on this sign, because I love what they said. Here's how you can help, and then they tell the kids what to do. And then there's a you know, a little a hashtag. What do you call this?
Oh, the thing.
Oh, yeah. That
with
you take a picture.
QR
Yes.
code, QR
QR.
code.
Thank you. It's got a QR code, so it's a little interactive. And the fish is saying, snap a photo with me and tag hashtag trash free Groton to inspire others to join our mission. So I love all that.
Yeah,
just
that's great.
Change the wording a little bit to be a little more scientific and to talk about birds and sea creatures. So I sent Mark kind of like a you know, a couple of suggestions, if that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I guess the next question is just waiting for when they have that cement base in. And he's going to give us a little notice so that maybe we will have a little bit of a celebration, like something, you know, where we have an announcement in the paper or something. We have something going on as a celebration when we put Gilly in place.
Sounds great.
Okay. So,
I
yeah.
will talk to Bev Washington. She's a friend of mine that's on the school board,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give her a call this week. I'll accept the responsibility for this and ask her if she feels there's a way to have the younger kids involved. And I'll let you know what she finds out for us.
Good. Okay. So we just have to wait. They're going to give us a little bit of a notice. We're not going to get much of a notice, but we're going to get a little bit of a notice when they're going to install it. So meanwhile, they closed the mouth of it. They soldered the mouth closed so no child can crawl inside. They soldered the door closed so that no one can open that hatch and put a little child in there for fun or something. So there's been some modifications made to it, and he says it looks great. So he also suggested that we invite Clint down, who now, of course, moved to New Hampshire. So that would be something, but I could do that, invite him down for the celebration.
Great.
Sure.
Maybe if he's able to come down, maybe we could give him a little gift or something special to thank him for being so good about it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next we have the sign. We wanted an update on the Route 1 and 117 sign.
Well, I think that's the responsibility of economic development, because I know I used to have conversations with Paige about where they were with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I heard that they're calling it the Wayfinder sign.
Right.
And they're going to put quite a bit more on it than they intended. So I kind of think that we just have to wait a little bit. I've got phone calls in to ask about it. So I haven't received any responses to when or where, but I told them that for us, our interest is we have $500 to plant trees in that area, and we cannot do that until we know where the sign is, and we'd like to get it done in the spring. So I think I did put a little bit of urgency to my request to get info about this Wayfinder sign.
Yeah, that would be, who's the new director of economic development? Oh, I can't think of her name.
Corinne.
Thank you. Thank you. She would be the one that could give you additional information if you need it.
I think right now we're just waiting. They know that they know our situation.
Okay, do they have trees at the place that you and Shirley were talking about going to?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. At
Okay,
Corner,
Price Corner, yes, yes, they have everything you can imagine.
okay, great.
It's huge, Leanne.
Oh, okay, I haven't been there.
Well, you can't go shopping there because it's wholesale only.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You have to present them with your selection and anyway.
Okay,
okay.
all right. And then we already talked about the Little League statue update. We've got an update from Shirley.
Yeah.
And from Leanne, so we have that all taken care of. We know what to do. We know what our tasks are. And all we have left is just to mention the troll wooden sculpture that the artist, international artist, Dumbo has reached out to us and is sending us information about what he's doing and where he's doing it. And we'll get to that.
Does that guy have a website, do you suppose?
Oh my goodness, he has books out and everything about his trolls.
Oh, because I'd love to get it. I have no idea what it looks like.
Okay,
They're enormous. I've seen 5 of them. They're
Te-
enormous.
tell us about them if you could.
Well, they're out in a location and each one is different. One of them was a girl and she had big, huge necklace. I mean, these things are like,
2 stories high.
they're enormous.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't that
And-
be
and-
great to put it down on the corner of 117 and Route 1?
No, you need a bigger location.
You need a field, you need something.
That's what I'm talking about, in the field where the school's going to be taken down.
Oh, that side.
Oh,
That-
Yeah,
Cool.
you know, because people could drive around and come in to walk over and see it, but certainly everybody going by would be going, what is that?
But there was an article in the Providence paper yesterday that the Tourism Bureau in Rhode Island has just asked for him to come up and do 2 more of his trolls or whatever sculpture. And they're roughly $125,000 a piece.
Woo!
Yep, they're a lot. And he
So-
also does sculptures out of recycled garbage. So
Yes.
Ah,
There's,
And Rhode Island has already approved funding for 2 more of they're trying to figure out where in Rhode Island they're going to put them.
so there's already 2, very
There's
close
2,
There-
Ninegret Park.
Ninegret Park.
yes,
So the
It's too-
state is involved, huh?
So Leanne,
yes.
That's
It's,
quite a bit different.
a half hour from here. Ninegret,
The other
Okay.
thing about those sculptures is I don't know how far we're gonna get with that because of the number of dollars involved, but you know, you're still gonna have to put together an artist agreement with somebody like that. It would be good to find out what Rhode Island has done and dovetail
Yeah,
with
yeah.
what they did, because our artist agreement is still stuck somewhere.
Maybe this guy has his own.
I would guess he would too, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen is the town's gonna wanna review it anyway.
Yeah, but if it's something that he's using, but we could try that approach, I think, Bruce. But
Yeah.
what I was thinking is, it's kind of a long shot, but you know, there's money that comes to our area for tourism, and what I call Groton proper never asks for any part of it. And the woman that I've met her, and she was just got the position in Hartford of being head of that committee or whatever it is. You know, we might talk to him and say, look, you know, we think this is a wonderful opportunity for maybe Groton proper to use some of the tourism money.
Sure.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask a few people because I certainly don't remember her name, but I met her over at the chamber. She had worked at the chamber in New London, so I'll call over there and get her information.
So I
And
will,
talk to her.
I will
And
get
Wendy
you the
Vincent
name of
from the
this
Cultural Code
artist,
might be
because you'll
helpful.
have probably a better chance of having her understand the magnitude of this international artist's reach. He wanted to know our location, latitude, longitude, and all that. And he looked at the whole area and he approved the area already, which is incredible.
Yeah.
That he would like to have something, in this part of Connecticut. So we're that far along with him. And right now I'm just getting emails from him every week about, his work. So I'll just forward it to you.
That would be great. And I will just, not this week, but next week, I will find the woman that's the head of the tourism committee. And see,
Connecticut.
and we have, yeah, and they have to have people locally, so maybe we can find out who's the local representative for that. I know who it used to be, but she doesn't do it anymore, so I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, because maybe we can put it together from different sources.
Right.
10,000 here, 10,000 from there, and get a, kind of like a fund going for it. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, I think that's all the information that I had on my list to share. I don't know if anyone else has anything that they'd like to talk about.
Yeah, I would just like to, oh God, I'm brain dead down here tonight. Oh. Who's our little person that does all the work that's there on our committee? I can't think of her name. Who's working on the Little League field?
Shirley.
What?
Shirley.
Shirley, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know exactly what the process should be, but I would ask that for our next meeting, that we would have Shirley on as a member of the board and plan on taking an action on that. I spoke to Shirley and she's willing to step onto a board position, and I think it would be a wonderful asset.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Okay, well, let's get that rolling. So, will you talk to the town manager?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. I don't know if you saw this article about Shirley in the February Thrive 55 newsletter, but if you give me a second, I'll read it to you. It says,
Okay.
Shirley has been volunteering for Thrive 55 since April of 2020. A wonderful volunteer, she takes care of all the outdoor flower beds that complement the front of the building and islands. She started to volunteer so that she could use her skill to the center a showplace. She's a certified master gardener with the University of Connecticut in 1978. She then moved to New York and studied at the New York Botanical Garden of Horticulture. Shirley moved to Hawaii and studied at the University of Hawaii's Landscape and Architecture program, then became an advanced master gardener. She designed gardens for new developments in Hawaii called the Urban Garden Center and the Hedge Maze, the Herb Garden, and the Ground Cover Collection. Shirley also enjoys bowling, cats, genealogy, and serves on the Groton Town Beautification Committee.
Wonderful.
So, a wonderful article about her.
Great.
And
Wonderful.
So just to give you some background.
Yeah.
So yeah, if she's not on the committee, I don't know who is worthy of being more on the committee than she is.
I think it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
All right.
And I will, what we could do is, what might make it easier, I could say to John, it's unanimous with our committee that we would like to have her appointed as a board member.
So
Would
we have a
everybody-
vote on
okay.
that? Let's have a vote, a formal vote.
So moved.
Okay, I second it. Okay. All right, good.
All those in favor? Come
Aye.
on. Anybody abstaining?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so moved. Thank you, Shirley. We really, really appreciate it. And I will talk with John and get it done officially.
Okay, good. All righty. So is that the end of the meeting? We are done. It is
That's it.
now 7:28.
I make a motion to adjourn.
That's like a record.
Well, Missy's very organized and she's done a very nice
Yeah,
job and I
absolutely.
really, really appreciate it.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all attending. It's great.
All
Good to see
righty.
you all.
Good
Y'all,
night.
y'all be good. It's 80 down here this evening.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye-bye now.
All
care.
right, bye-bye.
Really, honest to God, I